Hey guys, so I want to talk about traveling and being sick, which sucks. Well, it sucks being sick anytime, but traveling, especially traveling, because you feel like you're weak and you feel like you want to sit home and not do anything, and it's basically a waste of day. But what can you do about it? You can either be a bitch about it and stay home, or suck it up like me and Joe and make the best of the day. Right now my throat kind of hurts, which is pretty bad for me because things doesn't taste the same, and you all know that I love food. And but you know, what can you do? I'm not gonna be a bitch about it. I'm gonna go out and try to enjoy as much as I can. I just made a video where I basically said suck it up, buttercup, or stay home and be a bitch about it. And after only 3 hours of going out today, the afternoon sun crept up on us, and I decided, I'm not even going to blame Joe on this one, but I decided to be a bitch about it and go home to rest. And to be all fair, we have a long day out in Macau tomorrow, so I want to rest up. And also, we are going out tonight. We want to take out our friends, our lovely hosts that let us stay at their place today. We want to take Jenny and Ove out for dinner, but we're actually not sure if Ove can join us because I think she's bought a flight to Bangkok last minute or something like that. But regardless, we're going to go out tonight too, so it's only 1 o'clock in the afternoon right now, and we need to rest a bit. So before that, I also decided that I was looking through my content of what I have recorded so far, and I think 90% of my videos I've been bitching about the weather because it's so freaking hot here, and that might make an interesting video to collage all the videos that I've been bitching together about the weather and whatnot. But I decided that I want to share my experience with you about Hong Kong so far. I'm going to talk about a few things that I liked and a few things that I disliked about Hong Kong so far. And the sample size is really small. It's only been 2 days. So I'll start with stuff that I disliked first, and we'll end it on a positive note, because you all should always end it on a positive note. Especially people in a relationship, you should always never go to bed angry and stuff like that. So always end on a positive note. So I'll start with dislikes first. And you probably think that my number one thing on dislike is the weather, but actually it's how expensive Hong Kong is. When we planned our trip and we told everyone that we're going to Hong Kong, Taipei, and Japan, everyone, actually 90% of people always say, oh my god, Japan's so expensive. But I think those people haven't been to Hong Kong. It's ridiculously expensive here. And like, I mean, in Japan you can spend money on a lot of stuff. You can spend money, but I'm just talking about everyday food and stuff at the convenience stores. It seems to me that Hong Kong's expensive. Just an earlier example, today the lunch was about $45 Canadian, and it was a huge platter of meat, and it was really good meat. But maybe I'm just spoiled with all the good food that we have in Vancouver, and it's pretty cheap there. But that same dish would cost probably 25 bucks or like 27 bucks max, I think, and it would be pretty good too. And I just noticed that everything is just super expensive here. It's just ridiculous. The next thing I want to mention that I don't like so far is the weather. It's so hot here. I knew coming in it would be 30 something degrees, but I think the humidity is up, so just standing around doing nothing, I'll be all sweaty, my skin will be super sticky, and it's all gross all the time. And it's unbearable for me. Like, if you guys love the heat, that's cool. I can't stand it. Another thing I don't like about Hong Kong so far, to me, it's very chaotic. There's really no rules sometimes. People just jaywalk all the time. Some people just push you and yell at you for no reason. We were at the market, Lady Market, yesterday, and we're haggling and whatnot, and Joe haggled her hat that she bought from 80 Hong Kong dollars to 40 Hong Kong dollars or whatever. And then at the end, when we bought it for 40 Hong Kong dollars, she freaking yelled at us. I'm like, Jesus, you don't have to sell it to us. Like, come on. Maybe it's an act that they pull or whatever, but just sometimes people are just so angry here. And it's pretty hilarious. But another thing that I don't like about Hong Kong is, it might not apply to everyone, but I'm not that big. I don't think that I'm not big, but in Hong Kong, at 200 pounds, I'm a giant. When I go to the MRT, when I sit down, I can't rest my arms. I know they're huge and whatnot, but I have to be like this in the MRT station all the time. It's kind of uncomfortable. And then a lot of restaurants that we've been going to, they're in older buildings, and sometimes the way to get to the washroom is like this narrow, and even turning sideways, I can't even It's really uncomfortable. It's kind of gross,
Washrooms are nasty.
and the washrooms are pretty nasty. And well, and another thing that I dislike, I just want to add one more thing. I should have talked about earlier, but it's related to the weather. It's so hot here that you have to take a shower like 5 times a day just to cool down and just to feel normal. So like we would wake up, just go out for a few hours, and then I'd come home and shower, and then go out again, and then you feel gross, so you want to shower, and you constantly want to take a shower, and it's I don't know, it could be good for some people, but it's annoying for me. I'll switch pace and start talking about things that I like about Hong Kong so far. I want to start off with the MRT. It's really efficient, it's really clean, always has AC. Some MRT stations, like the Central Station, has high-end, like good food that you can buy. Every other MRT has the 7-Eleven. Everything's really convenient. You can get everywhere pretty fast. It's pretty awesome. It runs 24/7, which is cool because in a lot of other major cities it closes at 12. So MRT closing, run all day is really awesome. And the next thing that I like about Hong Kong, I know I complain about the price of the food a lot, but the food's actually really good here. Almost everywhere we ate at always had a pretty good outstanding dish, and everything is really tasty. And it seems to me that there's a lot of high-end cuisine here too, but this trip we didn't really eat at any high-end places. But it looks like if you want to eat good food, it's accessible, it's available. It seems like you can get every kind of food here, so that's really cool. Well, yeah, it's just expensive here, but I like the fact that it has all types of food. The Mong Kok street area was pretty cool. There was food here and there. You can buy a bun here, you buy some skewers there, and it's really cool. And yeah, and then the next thing that I like about Hong Kong is, for me, it's true for me that every new city I go to, there's a sensory overload, and for me the culture of Hong Kong is really cool. Everyone talks about it as being an East meets West city, and I think that's true. There's lots of there's pockets of civilizations, not civilization, but people being civil here. You see in the MRT station, people actually line up. They're not that rude, but on the streets, people are more rude. And then obviously it used to be a British colony for a while, so there's a lot of Western influence. And to me, that's kind of cool. There's East and West, and nice buildings and weird buildings, and I don't know. It's really cool. It's like another thing about that too. Hong Kong, it seems to me that they make efficient use of their space. Like there's gonna be weird streets that would be empty in Vancouver, but then in Hong Kong they would make it a stall for some kind of store or whatever. So it's really cool. Like there's lots of like areas that are just neat that you can't find in newer cities. Another thing that I forgot to mention is the service industry is actually really great here. It seems that a lot of people go out their way. Obviously, it's their job, but they don't get tips. And compared to a lot of other Asian countries and places that we visit, the service industry is actually really great here. They're really friendly, and they will help you out. So that's pretty cool. And just to sum it up, so far experience Hong Kong is awesome. Just too hot. Like maybe if I wasn't jet lagged and if the weather wasn't so hot, I'd probably enjoy it a lot more. So far, I think it's really cool. It's just a painful experience traveling around, walking around, because it's just way too hot for me. And I'll end it there.